When I first met Jesus, um, I almost fell into a trap afterwards, having had the powerful experience I had where Jesus actually took me back from Satan. Um, it was so powerful that I thought that I could rely on those types of visions rather than the Bible. So, in having the powerful dream in which Jesus not only took me from Satan because I was in Satan's hands, living out a satanic life without even really knowing it, and not knowing that, as was shown to me in the dream, I was drinking Satan's poison through not only um, a lack of, or apathy, not only through apathy, but through accepting false teachings. In my search for truth, I was accepting false teachings. So not only did I spit out the poison that I was receiving from Satan, and not only did Jesus retrieve me, but he also reminded me through the dream how he died for my sins. So in that powerful dream, I was tempted to just rely on those types of visions and throw away the Bible. But luckily, I came to my senses. And, I have no one else to thank but Jesus himself for keeping me on the narrow path and not being, again, seduced by false doctrines or false teachers. Um, because I realized that in the visions he's given me, they've all been biblical. Like, him reminding me that he died for my sins, um, him showing me the Cain and Abel story, and also showing me the faith over works way. Those were all biblical visions that he gave me, and he gave them to me because I was so apathetic, because I wouldn't pick up my Bible. So as Jesus came in flesh, he was, the Word made flesh. Um, the Word had to be given to me in a vision. So it wasn't, this extra biblical vision that I was receiving. It was Jesus himself coming to me because I refused to pick up my Bible. And so he had to give me that powerful biblical vision. It can be very tempting to step away from the Bible when we receive such powerful visions from God, because we're so lost and we're so disobedient and stubborn, that he has to come to us in a drastic way. And actually, my transformation started with reading, Kierkegaard and Dostoevsky, who are considered the forerunners of existentialism. They're Christian existentialists. But the reason I read them was because they were philosophers. So it was their philosophy first that attracted me, and their Christianity was, But Jesus will use the most drastic means to get to his children when they won't come to him any other way. So eventually, I was able to appreciate the Christianity that Dostoevsky and Kierkegaard talked about in their work, the very personal relationship. And I respected it even when I wasn't a Christian, because I respected their take on it, because they were almost like they were the way in which a non-believer could believe, and God set it up that way to save the lost. But he'll use drastic means. So if he has to get an atheist through a Christian writer who can appeal to atheists, he'll do that. If he has to come through a vision to get a person to acknowledge him when they won't pick up their Bibles, he'll do that. But that doesn't mean that you put down your Bible. That doesn't mean that you rely on these visions, because once you're saved, the demons will still come after you. They'll still try to, they'll up the ante. They'll still try to deceive you. So if you don't have a firm basis, if you don't have that Bible to reference, if you're not studying, and I know there are a lot of different translations, and they can be confusing, and you just have to ask, you have to pray for discernment and in reading the Word. But never don't throw away your Bible. Don't, rely on visions and voices. Sometimes God will talk to us in ways, but he'll talk to us through his very word. You know, the visions he gives us are compatible with his word. So always rely on his word, and don't be tempted to follow your own understanding through dreams, because demons can give us dreams as well. So if you're receiving visions, just make sure that they line up with the Bible